Practice English alone, like a pro.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Learn English podcast. Are you learning English on your own and looking for ways to practice without a partner? In this video, I will share 10 fun and creative ways to practice English by yourself. Before we dive in, if this is your first time here, please click the subscribe button below. Give me a thumbs up during the video, and consider sharing it with a friend. Now, let's explore 10 ways to practice English solo. The first method is called Narrate Your Life. Here's how it works. Either out loud or in your head, describe what you're doing. For example, if I were practicing this, I might say, I am walking on my lawn. I am walking under some trees. The trees are blooming. I walk towards some flowers. I think I might pick some flowers for my wife. The idea is to verbalize your actions as you go through your day, either mentally or aloud. This technique provides excellent practice. The second method is called Label Everything. All you need are some sticky notes and a pen. Start by choosing a few English words you want to learn or review. Write these words on the sticky notes and stick them on the corresponding objects. If you do this indoors, you can leave the labels up for a few days. Label everything in your kitchen, living room, and bathroom. Once you feel confident with a word, you may remove its sticky note. This is a fantastic way to enhance your vocabulary. The third method for practicing English alone is to use Google Docs. If you don't have an account, I recommend signing up for free. Once you're in, go to the Tools menu and select Voice Typing. By clicking the microphone icon, the program will listen to everything you say, making it an excellent tool for practicing pronunciation. I find it very effective. A great fourth way to practice your English alone is by using a random picture generating website. You can access this on your computer or phone. The site provides a random image for you to describe in English. For example, you might say, "This is a picture of the coast, and it looks like the ocean is quite misty today." When you hit refresh, a new picture appears. "Here's some sushi. I'm hungry." Let's try again. This is a picture of a city. It looks like it could be New York. This exercise expands your vocabulary and encourages you to speak out loud, helping you express yourself in English. It's a valuable practice. That concludes our fourth method, discussing random pictures. For this fifth activity, you will need a pen, an English article rich in vocabulary you wish to learn, and a piece of paper. We will copy the article onto the paper, but with a slight twist. Place the magazine at one end of the table and the pen and paper at the other end. Here's the process. Find the article you want to copy. For example, I'll select this one. I will read the first sentence, mash butter in a small bowl. Then quickly run to the other end of the table to write it down. Next, I'll return to read the following sentence. With 1 tablespoon dill and a 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. And then run back to write that down as well. The key is to keep the magazine and the paper separate. This method will effectively help reinforce the vocabulary in your memory. So that was number 5, copying an article. A 6th method to practice your English independently is to use technology such as Google Home or Siri. For example, in my son's room, he prefers I don't use his Google Home, but it can be helpful for asking questions. You might say, "Hey Google, what's the weather like in Toronto today?" The response could be, in Toronto today, it will be cloudy with a high of 17 and a low of 7. Currently, it's 17 and mostly cloudy. While it may not be perfect, using technology like this is a great way to practice your English skills. A 7th engaging way to practice English is to record yourself speaking about the words and phrases you learned throughout the day. At the end of the day, use your phone to create this recording and set it as your alarm for the next morning. Most smartphones allow you to play audio or video files as alarms. This way, when you wake up, the first thing you hear will be your own voice discussing the new vocabulary you've acquired. An 8th method for learning English independently is to input sentences into Google Translate in your native language and listen to the audio playback. For example, if I select Arabic and type Uridu and akil bitsad, I can then click to hear it in English. I want to eat a pizza. While the translation isn't perfect, this approach helps you learn new sentences. For instance, typing Ana rajul translates to I am a man. Although the voice may sound feminine, that's perfectly fine. Additionally, you can use Google Translate not just for translation, but also to practice your pronunciation. Let's try another sentence. Ana arish fi Canada, which translates to I live in Canada. Great! The 9th method for practicing your English is called What does it do? Where did it come from? This exercise is similar to narrate your life. You observe an object and reflect on it by asking, "What is this?" and "What does it do?" For example, if you look at a pail, you might say, "This is a pail. It holds water. I bought it from a hardware store about a year ago." This method is an excellent way to practice vocabulary and improve retention. Let's try another object, a lock. You could say, "This is a lock. It secures this box, preventing it from being opened. I purchased it at the same hardware store as the pail." So, remember to ask yourself, what does it do? And where did it come from? This approach is effective for expanding your vocabulary. A 10th method for learning English independently is to illustrate your vocabulary. Associating new words with images can significantly enhance your memory retention. For example, during an English lesson on technology, you may encounter terms such as television, remote control, laptop, and car, radio. By creating simple drawings for each new word you learn, you will greatly improve your ability to remember them. So that's the 10th way to learn English on your own. Draw your vocabulary. These are 10 effective strategies for practicing English independently. Well, that wraps up today's episode of the Learn English podcast. If you're new here, please click the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend learning any language. These techniques are beneficial not only for English but for other languages as well. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. The end. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. Share your thoughts in the comments.